Enjoying the ride. So I started using the Strava phone app about a month ago, and I really like it so far. It's a really affordable option for people who don't have a power meter like myself, people who don't have a Garmin, bike computer like myself. And I actually want to talk about one of the cool little features that I actually stumbled across in the last couple weeks, but I kind of explored it a little bit more. But it's how to get estimated power data from your Strava segments without a power meter. I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm kind of on the main Strava screen here, and I'm under the U tab, and I'm just going to click my latest workout. Click on the map there, and you'll see it pulls up a lot of options. Well, what I'm going to focus on is how do we get power data on Strava without a power meter. And what's really cool is that they give some really cool estimates. So you've got your moving time, your distance, your calories, I don't know how accurate that is, elevation gain, and then your average speed. So let's click on the results tab. So what pops up is all the different known Strava segments for the route you just did. So let's click on one. So I'll do a PR, show off a little bit. But anyways, so it pulls up the map. It shows the PR time under your efforts. It'll say how many times you've ridden this path. There's an analysis effort, and this is what I want to look at. So it says I averaged 20.9 miles per hour. My heart rate was 183, and then it has a really cool number next to that. It's 289 W. So it's 289 watts. So I don't have a power meter, I don't have a Garmin, so how did it come up with this number? Well, I think Strava does a really cool thing, and they actually estimate it for you. So based on your weight, your heart rate, and your speed, they can kind of guess. So obviously this isn't that accurate, but at least it's something. So if we click on that, it'll bring you to the next tab, and at the top here that you can't really see, there's a couple grayed out options. It's got the heart rate, your power, and your cadence. And those are grayed out. It only lets you play with the speed on this tab. I think you need the premium version to get those tabs. But what I thought would be really cool is since you're only getting an estimated power out of a Strava segment, if you go in and create your own segments, kind of rides that you do all the time, you can get kind of an estimated power every time you do that segment. So some of the segments you can keep private, and then if you want to share a segment, then you can compare your time to other people. That's so cool. At first when I was riding by, there was two of them and I thought they were just dogs. But then I gave it a second look and they're actually coyotes just kind of running around. I wonder where they live. There's not too many open fields for them to run around in, so I'm actually pretty surprised they're actually so close to homes. There's actually some homes back here, and then along this canal there's actually a few, so they're fairly close. There's a lot of ducks and stuff that run around in this little canal here. They must be coming for food. It's pretty sick. So I thought that was really neat that Strava is estimating your power. You know, if you wanted to do an FTP test or something like that but didn't have a power meter, what I thought would be really cool is if you just went out on like an empty road, something where you had that 20-minute time to do just a consistent effort without stops. Go in, make it a segment, and then every time you do that segment, it'll give you an estimated power output. So this way you have an FTP without a power meter. And then over time, as you consistently do this segment, you can see your FTP improve without actually having a power meter. And then, you know, most of your other training will still have to be done with a heart rate monitor. But, you know, because the watts that it's giving you is obviously, it's not real time, it's only going to be estimated once your segment's completed. It's a good way just to track your progress to see, you know, obviously how you're improving. But at the same time, you know, if you did this over like multiple different segment options, right, it gives you can do short interval sections, long interval sessions. Maybe you've got an hour loop that you'd like to do. And it just gives you that extra little power data. So let's say one day you can't afford a power meter. Now you have all this backlog data with power numbers. So now when you have a power meter and can maybe more accurately pace yourself, you can kind of see, okay, on this route I should be doing this wattage for this time. So I thought that was really neat. I'm sure we can find a lot of YouTube videos with how to set up your own segments. We'll see. I might play around with this weekend, and if I get it running, I might do a little bit of a tutorial on that. But yeah, I just thought that was a little interesting little snippet that Strava has. I didn't know it had that. I've been kind of using it for a month and just playing with the different settings to see what different options there are. Hope you found that useful. Hopefully you're on Strava. Check me out. My Strava link is attached to my homepage. So give me a follow, give me a like. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Be safe.